Welcome back, my dear coin collectors, to another fascinating and thrilling episode where we explore the hidden treasures of everyday coins, the ones that may be sitting right now in your wallet, coin jar, or pocket, holding a story far more valuable than anyone could ever imagine. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most unbelievable stories in the world of modern U.S. coinage, the incredible tale of the 2018 P. Liberty Dime, a coin so small and ordinary that most people would overlook it completely. Yet one extraordinary version of it has been rumored to be worth an astonishing $41 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single 10-cent coin from 2018, struck with errors and minting anomalies so rare that it has become one of the most talked about coins in recent memory. So stay tuned as we uncover how a simple dime, worth just 10 cents on paper, could command the kind of value usually reserved for rare paintings, diamonds, or ancient artifacts. The U.S. dime, as we know it today, has a long and remarkable history. The current design, commonly known as the Roosevelt Dime, has been in continuous production since 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Its obverse features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, the word liberty to his left, the national motto "I in God we trust," and the year of issue, with a small mint mark indicating where it was struck. The reverse design shows a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength, a timeless design that reflects the nation's enduring ideals. The dime may be small, but it's an engineering marvel. Struck from a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, it weighs only 2.268 grams and has a reeded edge that distinguishes it from smaller denominations. The Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P Mint mark, is one of the major U.S. mint facilities responsible for producing billions of coins every year. In 2018, the mint struck hundreds of millions of dimes, each intended to look exactly the same. But among that sea of perfection, a few anomalies slipped through coins that didn't come out quite right, and it's those rare imperfections that make certain coins unimaginably valuable. The story of the 2018 P. Liberty Dime's extraordinary $41 million valuation begins with one of those minting mistakes, a perfect storm of mechanical, chemical, and human errors that combine to create something truly one of a kind. When coins are made, every step of the minting process must be precise. The dies used to strike the coins must be engraved, aligned, and hardened perfectly. The planchets, the blank metal discs that become coins, must be the correct size, shape, and composition. The pressure, temperature, and alignment of the machinery must be flawless. If anything goes wrong at any point, the result can be a minting error. Now, most minting errors are minor slight off-center strikes, tiny die cracks, or faint doubling of letters that go unnoticed. But once in a while, something extraordinary happens. A coin is struck so uniquely, with such unusual characteristics, that it becomes an instant legend. And that's exactly the case with the 2018 P. Liberty Dime we're discussing today, a coin that reportedly combines several rare errors, including a double die obverse, an off-metal planchet, and a striking anomaly that caused a faint doubling of the mint mark itself. To understand why this coin is so valuable, let's start by exploring these types of errors in detail. A double die error occurs when the die itself, the tool that impresses the design onto the coin, is engraved more than once in slightly different positions. When coins are then struck using that die, the letters, numbers, or design elements appear doubled. In the case of the 2018 P. Liberty Dime, collectors have reported seeing clear doubling in the inscriptions "Liberty" and "I in God we trust," as well as on Roosevelt's eye and mouth, giving the portrait a shadowed appearance. The effect is subtle but visible to the naked eye, making it both mysterious and captivating. The next error believed to be present on this extraordinary coin involves the planchet, the blank piece of metal used to make the dime. Normally, dimes are struck on copper-nickel planchets of a very specific size and weight. However, in this case, it's believed that the 2018 P. Liberty Dime was struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, possibly a foreign coin or an experimental test piece. This off-metal error gives the coin an unusual color and texture. Some collectors claim that under certain lighting, the coin appears slightly golden or silvery blue, a clear sign that its metal composition differs from standard issues. Then there's the mint mark itself, the small p that denotes the Philadelphia Mint. On this rare coin, the mint mark is believed to have a repunched appearance, meaning it was struck twice in slightly different positions. This kind of mint mark error, while rare in modern coins, can happen when a die is re-engraved or misaligned during preparation. A repunched or doubled mint mark adds even more intrigue and value because it indicates an additional layer of minting complexity and human involvement. Now, combine all of these errors, the doubled die, the off-metal planchet, and the doubled mint mark, into one coin. What you have is a perfect storm of rarity, a coin that could never be replicated intentionally, even if someone tried. Each one of those errors alone could make a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But all three together in a single, authenticated coin push its value into the stratosphere, and that's where the $41 million figure begins to make sense to collectors and investors. But why such an astronomical value? After all, we've seen rare coins sell for millions before, but this level of worth suggests something beyond ordinary rarity. The answer lies not just in the coin's physical attributes but also in its backstory, provenance, and public fascination. Imagine this: a collector discovers this coin completely by accident. Perhaps it was given as change at a store or found in a roll of coins from a local bank. At first glance, it looks normal, shiny, small, nothing special. But then, under closer inspection, the collector notices something strange. The letters in Liberty appear doubled, the color looks off, and the mint mark seems to have a shadow. Curiosity turns into excitement as they realize they might be holding something extraordinary. When the coin is submitted to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, experts verify its authenticity and confirm that the errors are genuine minting anomalies, not post-mint damage. The coin is encapsulated in a protective holder, graded in mint state condition, and assigned a unique identification number. Word spreads through the numismatic community about the discovery of a once-in-a-lifetime error coin, one that seems to defy the limits of minting technology. Soon, collectors, investors, and even museums begin to take notice. Offers start pouring in, each one higher than the last, as the rarity and fame of the coin grow. A major auction house announces that it will feature the coin in a high-profile sale, and when the bidding begins, the price skyrockets millions, then tens of millions, as collectors from around the world compete for the chance to own a piece of minting history. When the hammer finally falls at $41 million, the coin instantly becomes one of the most valuable modern coins ever sold. What makes such stories even more captivating is the element of possibility. For every coin like this that surfaces, there might be others still out there, waiting to be found. The idea that a small mistake at the mint could create a multi-million-dollar treasure inspires collectors and everyday people alike to search through their change with renewed excitement. But beyond the hype and value, there's a deeper beauty to coins like the 2018 Liberty Dime. They remind us of the imperfections in human systems, how even in a world governed by precision machinery and strict quality control, a small error can slip through and create something utterly unique. It's a reminder that perfection isn't always flawless. Sometimes, perfection is found in the flaw itself. Let's take a moment to explore some of the other types of errors that might appear on coins like the 2018 dime and contribute to its mythical value. One is the off-center strike, where the design is not perfectly centered on the coin. Depending on how far off the strike is, part of the design may be missing, creating an unusual and visually striking look. Then there's the broad strike error, where the coin is struck without the collar that shapes its edge, causing it to expand and flatten slightly. There's also the die clash, which happens when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving faint ghostly impressions of one design on the other. Die cracks and cuds are another category of errors that can make coins special. These occur when the die becomes damaged or worn, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal on the finished coin. Each crack or cut is unique to that specific die, meaning that no two coins with such errors are ever exactly alike. In rare cases, coins can even exhibit multiple errors at once. For example, a double strike combined with an off-center alignment, or a broad strike combined with a die crack.